Hi there! Every day in every city and town, there are lots of terrible cases of animals' misfortunes and troubles. And they can't deal with it by themselves in most cases and need our help. Here are 15 situations when people came to rescue and everything came right. Now, I'll show them to you. A street dog named Dougie vanished for 3 weeks, and when he returned, he was unrecognizable. He was hairless, with sore skin and crusts on his face. He was diagnosed with mange. It's scary to imagine what could have happened to him if they hadn't helped him on time. The guys from Animal Aid Unlimited immediately took him. He was smeared with emollient cream, and then the treatment began. At first, the patient lacked appetite, but love and care helped him to get through this. Dougie quickly got better. Now Dougie is completely cured, neutered, and looking for a new family. After all, there's no better place on Earth than a loving home. Small monitor lizards are nimbler and less noticeable than adults. In Choti Dulatpur, such a kid accidentally wandered into a house. Karan Paul came to catch him. This kid climbed under the roof of the building, and to catch him, Karan climbed the stairs and put on a protective glove. At first, the man tried to rescue the monitor lizard with his special hook, but this action did not bring success. Then he had to go inside the building and continue the operation there. The man climbed the stairs again and deftly grabbed the lizard by the tail. The kid was not big at all, roughly from the wrist to the elbow long. Karan put the baby in a plastic bottle. The poor fellow was scared, did not know what would happen to him. He rushed inside the bottle, worried. But we know that soon he will be released into his natural habitat away from people. Devi Haripal Wick on one of his trips found a small mountain squirrel. He cried around in the middle of the night. In its tiny paws and in the muzzle stuck thorns of a cactus. In the morning, the squirrel was taken to the Wildlife Rescue of New Mexico. The kid was on rehabilitation for several weeks. They decided to name him Cashew and release him after he fully recovered. Cashew were released at nearby rocks where they hoped he could find him a family. And so, it happened. The very next day, Cashew was spotted in the sun in the company of his brother. He was active and totally happy. Probably everyone knows the love of cats for trees. Cats climb trees, but often can't safely get down on their own. Then brave folks such as those from Canopy Cat Rescue came to their aid. It was a really busy day. The rescuer had to climb to any super height several times and return the frightened kitties to their owners. Some of them cannot go down even from 20 feet, and some manages to climb as much as 140 feet up the tree. One of these poor cats had sat on tree branches for 3 days. Typically, cats allow themselves to be saved without problems, but there were some cats that time didn't want to be saved. One of them, seeing a rescuer, got really scared and even managed to get down on his own. Well, let every cat climbing a tree be saved. Did you know that flying foxes cannot fly off the ground? This kid somehow got grounded. He calmly waited for a rescuer from Megabaddy to come for him. Upon arrival, the woman checked the baby for injuries, since the baby was quite distracted. He was wrapped in a blanket and given glucose to restore strength. After enjoying a snack, he was taken home, where he might need additional help. But fortunately, at home, it was clear that the baby is healthy. The boy was fed grapes to the dump. At first, the little fella was afraid, but after the first grape, they became friends. He flew around the room twice, and they decided to put him in a cage with other kids. They immediately made contact with each other and began to hug and sniff the newcomer. These guys had to go to the trick to get the skunk's mom and her baby. They put a plate of food in the net and then lowered it to the place where the family had fallen. The skunks quickly figured out where to go and climbed into the net. They were taken out of the trap, and the happy family went further on their way. Now everyone can be calm and with a clear conscience to do their daily stuff. Unfortunately, many species of animals become entangled in various nets, and even dodgy snakes are no exception. This poor grass snake entangled in a garden net. Fortunately, the Wildlife Aid vet came to her rescue. Rita promptly cut the net and examined the snake. Sorry to say, the net left its mark on the body of the snake. At the place of the net, scales was dry and bruised under. The victim had to be left under surveillance. She got a temporary cozy home where she could rest from stress and gain strength. The snake was treated with antibiotics and anti-inflammatory for 5 days. The next week, it became clear that the patient is healthy. Being taken to freedom, she joyfully crawled away to conquer new distances. Any living creature is looking for the safest place for new family members to appear. For this purpose, a street mother dog chose a place behind a boiler in a warehouse. The people noticed the mother with puppies and called DAR Animal Rescue. It was not so easy to get the mother with babies out, as she picked up a very secluded place. But no matter what, the team was able to rescue the babies and mom. There were 7 puppies. They were still blind and trembling, and the mother of the family had an injury on her back leg. The family was taken to a temporary hospital and then to the doctor. The doctor treated mom's leg and performed all the necessary medical procedures. She turned out to be a very gentle dog. The girls from DAR Animal Rescue decided to paint the walls in a temporary dog hospital and did it with all their heart. Now the dog family is not only safe to be there, but also very cozy. This both sad and funny story happened to the nice Husky. This dog couldn't get out of the river and badly needed some help. It was yelping very sadly and did everything he could but failed. The silly thing was that a poor dog should have just done several steps sidewise to get out of its trouble, but it didn't realize that. Besides, the fluffy fool was resisting its salvation as he bit his rescuers every time they came closer. The man did his best to help the poor pup. He was trying, and at last the mission was complete. While inspecting nets on Minamihama Island, volunteers noticed a large adult turtle. The poor thing could not return home to the ocean after nesting night. The weather was hot and the turtle looked very weak. She was very big. Her shell was about 1 meter in length. To bring her to her senses, they poured water on her, but she did not move. She had no strength at all. They also tried to build shade for her, but this also did not bring results. Then they decided to drag her to the ocean, and it worked as a miracle. Seeing her home habitat, the turtle gained hope and strength. She started to crawl independently in direction of water. These are the miracles a native place does. It was not easy to save this dog family. Firstly, they were in private territory, the owner of which had not appeared for a long time. Secondly, mom taught the puppies not to trust anyone and always be on guard. Besides, did not like her hanging around. Rescuers came with the carrying cage to the courtyard where the family lived and lured them with food. The hunger was stronger than fear, and one puppy got in hands of the team. When the mother saw this, she decided to lead the second puppy to the backyard. The puppy was very scared, and he climbed under the boards. The man carefully dismantled the boards so that in no case endanger the puppy. He caught the frightened puppy with a net and pulled it out. The kid was in a panic. Mom was caught soon after. The family is now reunited. They were taken to the vet and cured of parasites, given vaccines, and washed. Now they are happy and ready to find a new home. The guys from Ocean Conservation Namibia save fur seals every day, and this time they helped a large female fur seal. She got tangled in the fishing line. As soon as the guys found her and prepared, they ran after her with a special catching net. But the girl was very fast. They had to catch her right in the water. The poor thing was pulled out to the shore so they could cut off her shackles. She was rewound with fishing line many times, and it was hard to breathe for her. There was about 10 meters of fishing line and another 50 meters dragged behind her. As soon as the fishing line was cut, she was able to breathe deeply and ran away happily to the ocean. Fireworks are not only beautiful, but also dangerous to our pets. They can get scared at least. This dog is just one of those. He was scared by loud pops and ran away. He was searched for 3 days before a rescuer from Hope for Paws could catch him. He noticed several people trying to catch a dog and came to the rescue. The dog ran limping through the thick grass. The poor boy was clearly injured. The rescuer threw a gentle loop on the dog, and the frightened dog tried to escape. But fortunately, and to the surprise of the rescuers, his mistress was nearby. When Crystal came up, the dog calmed down. His name was Sawyer. He whimpered, crying to his mother, told how bad he was. The dog was dehydrated and disoriented. Sawyer was taken to CARES. Luckily, the fellow did not have any fractures, and the wounds were not serious and would heal in a few weeks. This amazing story happened White Walker Kayak Fabrizio Gas Capizzo. This guy rescued a deer from drowning while paddling with friends on the Condigliano River near San Marino in Italy. The poor thing was so distressed that it didn't realize that the men wanted to help. The flow of the river was so fast that the rescuers had a lot of difficulties approaching the animal. At some point, Gas even lost the deer and was trying to find it in a hurry. It was obvious that the animal wouldn't have enough chance to survive if it stayed in such fast water.
Quack, quack, quack.
At last, the man caught it in the water and brought it close to the bank of the river. The frustrated deer was exhausted. One of the kayakers got on the bank to take the deer out of the water. It was so cold that it didn't even resist the people's actions. The rescuers were rubbing down the animal to keep it warm. The men were really worried about the deer's condition, but luckily in a few minutes it stood up and was ready to go. In the middle of a rice field in a natural trap of mud and water was a small bird. So she hopped from the place to place. The man who found her was able to catch this little friend in the grass. Xavier rubbed his wings with his t-shirt. The bird was calm. The man blew his feathers with his breath and once again wiped it all well. He put the baby in his palm. The bird was calm and did not fly away. Then the rescuer decided that the bird just needed a little rest and perched her on a tree branch. We hope the bird will be able to easily and painlessly fly on about her business as soon as she regains her strength. This is the end of my video, and I really hope you liked it. Give your likes, subscribe to my channel, and donate. And you always remember that animals are a great part of our life, giving love, joy, and fun. Go to the Animal Like People channel and watch the videos showing how adorable and cute cats and dogs can be. See you!